We are back again with our latest video on SQL tutorial Abikacho by Abikacho groups. So basically in this small video we are going to discuss the SQL query execution order. Okay, basically how the uh, queries of SQL are going to be executed, in which order the form is working, the where clause is working, the group by clause is working, the limit is working, the order by is working, or the select clause is working. So that particular order we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, so now let's move on to the next slide and check how the working will happen in SQL Server. So basically, what is the query execution order in SQL? So in SQL Server, the execution of a query follows a logical processing phase, which is the sequence in which the clauses of SQL query are evaluated. Okay. While the query itself is written in a different order, SQL Server uses a specific sequence to process it. So it doesn't matter how you are writing the query order, like select we are writing at the beginning, from we are writing later, and then after we are writing the where and all. But instead of that, the execution of the query will happen in a separate order, which we are going to discuss in this particular video. So basically the from clause is working at the beginning. So it is going and getting the data from the base tables that we have mentioned, and then after that the joins will work, so that is joining the table. And after that the where clause will work, which is going to filter the rows based on the condition. And then after that the group by is working, which is grouping the result sets based on the conditions or based on the column which you want. And then after that the having clause will work, which will group the aggregated results. Okay, after the aggregation and after the group by, the having clause will work to filter out the aggregated results. And then after that the select query will work, which will return us the complete expression. And at the end the order by clause will work, okay, which is going to sort your result set. Now move on and check each of them one by one in detail. Okay, so basically what the from clause is doing. So this is the first step in query execution, where the data is retrieved from the specified table or views. Okay, so basically from clause is the first step, which is going to retrieve the data from the defined table or view. Okay, any join between tables are resolved here, producing an intermediate result set. So basically join will not happen there, but the join condition will be applied here and resolved here to provide you a intermediate result set. And then after the from clause, the on clause will work. So on clause is used in conjunction with join operations. It filters the rows from two tables being joined before further processing. So basically the filtering of the join condition will happen at this page, on clause, before the further processing of the data. Only rows matching the condition proceed to the next stage. So those rows which have qualified the on clause condition that we have provided, those rows only proceed for the further processing and go in the next stage. Okay, and after that on clause, the join will start working. So what join will do? So joins are executed here, combining rows from multiple table based on the specified conditions. So the condition that you have provided in the on clause, according to that condition the tables are going to be joined in the join clause. So this can include inner join, outer join, left join, right join, full join, cross join, etc., based on your provided input. Okay, so what input you have provided, like which join you want to do, according to that it will combine the rows from the multiple tables that you have provided at this particular stage of query. Okay, then after the join will happen and proper result set will be provided to us, then it will go to the where clause. So basically in where clause, the where clause will filters the row from the result set of the from and join steps, and only that row satisfies the condition in the where clause are included in the next stage. Okay, so after join the where clause will work. So in the where clause, what condition you have provided, according to that the rows are again filtered, and the remaining result set which has been came after the condition satisfaction will proceed for the next stage of the query execution. So now move on and check the next step after where clause. So after where clause, the group by clause will work. Okay, so basically group by clause will group the filtered rows into subset based on specified columns. Okay, so the column on which you want to group your result, that will act here in the group by clause. So aggregation functions like sum, count, average are applied within each group. So the aggregation functions will also work along with the group by clause at the same stage. Okay, and once the aggregation has happened and the result set are grouped by a certain given condition or by a certain given column, or multiple columns according to your requirement, then the having clause will start working. Okay, so basically the having clause will filter the group data produced by the group by clause, and this allows you to apply condition to aggregated data. Example, filter out groups with a sum greater than a certain value. So basically the aggregated data are not filtered by the where clause. For that we need the having clause. So after the grouping of result happen and the aggregation applied on that particular data set, the having clause will start working on the filtering of further filtering of the aggregated data itself. Okay, and once the having clause will filter the result set that is obtained from there, it will go to the select clause. Okay, and the select clause specifies the column or expression to be included in the final result set. Okay, so what is the final result set will be introduced at the select clause, or any calculation, aliases or transformation defined in the select clause are performed here. So basically all the alias that you provide to the column names and all, or any transformation that you have done like casting and all of the data types will be performed at this select clause stage. And once the select clause will execute, then it comes to the distinct clause. Okay, so basically you will not always use the distinct clause, but when it is present, if it is present, this removes duplicate rows from the result set, ensuring that each row is unique. So basically distinct will filter out the duplicate rows and provide you the unique result set from the select clause. And after the distinct will happen, then what we will do, then the order by clause will come in action. Okay, so basically the order by clause will sort the final result set based on the specified column or expression. So the order can be either ascending or descending, as we know. Okay, so the order by will work at the end almost, and if the top or limit you have provided, then it will work after the order by clause, and this will be your last step of the query execution. So if you are limiting the number of rows returned using or, this step is performed last. So thank you everyone for watching, and this is the query execution, how the SQL Server is going to perform your execution of the your queries. And thank you for watching. Many more videos are on the way. So do like, share, and subscribe. And we are also planning, as we have discussed, we are also planning for a master series on SQL Server that is going to release once we achieve the milestone of 500 subscribers on our channel. And if you need any help, you can either comment us or you can contact to our provided number, from where our executive will came in contact with you. Thank you for watching. Do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you everyone.